And the way that they progressed, especially last couple of years, they've been up there with high quality cricket. So lovely shot down the ground, a couple of runs. But yeah, they've got a bit of structure now to the way that they play ODI cricket, especially with the batting. So that makes them a difficult unit to beat once they get their batting sorted.
Already in just 3 deliveries, he's bowled 2 slower deliveries. The first one 116k, that one under 100, 97.8k. So pace off.
Balls since the last boundary. Rashid Khan was talking about the fact that they don't have a league back home, and the fact that players are going around the world to play in leagues. They're getting better at their craft, playing alongside the kind of players they'll be facing at ICC events. A couple of players played in there.
Last 3 overs or so. Not been a boundary conceded, they're just clawing their way back, but what they want is a wicket. They want some breakthrough. I don't know how far Noor Ahmed is from bowling, but you just feel that you want something to happen fairly quickly.
5 bowlers used so far by Rashid Khan. Dot ball to end the 18th over, 3 from it, 96 for 1.
कोक उठाओ, स्कैन करो, कोड के साथ डिटेल्स व्हाट्सएप करो और फ्री मैच टिकट्स या ढेरों को प्राइजेस जीतने का मौका पाओ। कोका कोला, यकीन की जीत है।
सिंजेंटा इस अभियान दे फसल को फौरी तवानाई और ग़िज़ाइयत। इस अभियान है जादू का चिराग।
क्रिकेट सीजन फ्री क्रिकेट स्ट्रीमिंग ना मिलने की सूरत में इर्द गिर्द के लोगों से लड़ने से परहेज करें। जोंग मंथली प्रो मैक्स बेसिक लगाएं और देखें फ्री क्रिकेट ऑन माई जोंग ऐप थ्रू माइको।
Supporters are coming out. Yes, supporting South Africa, but also good support too for Afghanistan. In a 3-match ODI series in Sharjah, the second game, Afghanistan made 311 for 4, and Rashid Khan took 5 for 19 in 9 overs to take Afghanistan to victory in a historic series win. Just to back up what we've been talking about in terms of the middle period, Baz.
Yeah, absolutely. This is where they squeeze the opposition, with the spinners getting through their overs quickly. And also the strength, a bit of a miscommunication. In the end, he goes back. But here's where the strength of Afghan bowling is. The middle overs, the spinners operating both ends.
Well, I was a little bit worried when Faruqi left the field. It looked like he may have done some damage to a leg, but the good sign from Afghanistan's point of view is he's back, and he's so crucial towards the end of an innings. He's brilliant in terms of accuracy. So that is good news. I was just a bit worried from their point of view that their captain's plans would be thrown out of the window, because in the last 5, 6, 7 overs, he is integral.
Yes, spot on, Smithy. Excellent in the power play, was wicketless today, but the back end fires in those Yorkers. Very hard to get him away. Have a look at how that run rate's come down. It was 5.5 to the over. Afghanistan just stringing together some pressure overs. Tight over from Rashid Khan, 2 from it, 98 for 1.
क्रिकेट सीजन मैच के दिन ऑफिस से छुट्टी ना मिलने पर ब्लड प्रेशर ना रेस करें। जोंग वीकली डिजिटल मैक्स लगाएं और देखें फ्री क्रिकेट ऑन माई जोंग ऐप थ्रू माइको।
रुको, छू जाती है हर अच्छी बात, चल मेरे लाल।
तो हो जाए पाकिस्तान के नाम टपाल दानेदार का एक और कप।
He's a hero, right? He's been a hero on a number of occasions, a national hero. But he's a hero to cricketers, actually, because he's got such a great skill. He's aggressive, he's good to watch, he's good, what do you call good talent, as the seat slips from under him.
And warms up with 2 balls, which is interesting that he holds them together and bowls. That may be because he wants...
What's that?
Yeah, maybe wants more power through his bowling, get that wrist nice and flexible and supple, but that's how he warms up.
Most blokes struggle with one.
Absolutely.
You bowl 2 balls at once?
2 balls at once.
That's why he's a genius, Smithy.
Have to make a decision here, South Africa, shortly as to who the one is they're going to target. Is it going to be this fellow here who's not going to spin it past them, but he'll change his pace, and he's a heady cricketer as well as a happening cricketer? Or do they take a punt on one of the spinners just to get the onus back, get the initiative back? Because as you say, Cass, it's just starting to slip away from them here.
Just over 5 to the over now. Rashid Khan will continue to build pressure. You can sense the frustration that's creeping in. He's being missed today. Heinrich Klaasen, one of the best players of spin for South Africa. A finger injury in that tri-series.
You don't want the game to meander when you're batting, especially. Another couple of runs down the ground. A misfield as he gathered it back.
They've run 3. Now have a look at this. He had it at first take and then lost the ball.
A fumble, tries, gets up, almost again. Yes, that one. I think he's all right though.
"31 balls since the last boundary," and that talks about the pressure that Afghanistan have built in this middle period.
It's been difficult.
From the boundary by Nabi. Cut 2. You can sense he's wanting to get a move on here is Ryan Rickleton. He's done all the hard work. 5 from 44 for him. So he missed 33 from 47. Trial by spin was always going to be the case for South Africa.
Well, trial by injury here, it looks like, because he timed that beautifully, Rickleton, and he's hit it straight back and it's hit the left wrist. The good news is it's not his bowling hand, but he's taken a blow here, Rashid Khan, and it is a solid one at that.
जैज़ से मिले नॉन-स्टॉप स्ट्रीमिंग के सुपर पावर।
तो अभी जैज़ की वीकली X प्लस ऑफर लगाओ और बेफिक्र होकर चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी देखो तमाशा पर।
तो हो जाए पाकिस्तान के नाम टपाल दानेदार का एक और कप।
जैज से मिले नॉन स्टॉप स्ट्रीमिंग के सुपर पावर।
तो अभी जैज की वीकली X+ ऑफर लगाओ और बेफिक्र होकर चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी देखो तमाशा पर।
क्रिकेट सीजन फ्री क्रिकेट स्ट्रीमिंग ना मिलने की सूरत में इर्द गिर्द के लोगों से लड़ने से परहेज करें। सॉन्ग मंथली प्रो मैक्स बेसिक लगाएं और देखें फ्री क्रिकेट ऑन माई सॉन्ग ऐप थ्रू माइको।
जब बात हो अपने प्यारों की जिंदगी में रोशनी लाने की, तो फिर मेरा इंतखाब है पाकिस्तान की मोस्ट रिलायबल सोलर कंपनी इन्वेरेक्स। मेरा एतमाद, मेरी रिकमेंडेशन।
कोक उठाओ, स्कैन करो, कोड के साथ डिटेल्स व्हाट्सएप करो और फ्री मैच टिकट्स या ढेरों को प्राइजेस जीतने का मौका पाओ। कोका कोला, यकीन की जीत है।
आ गई अच्छा गई नेशनल की कराची खास बम में बिरयानी, कराची की सबसे बेस्ट बिरयानी।
अपने तरीके से
Take South Africa to a competitive score.
के साथ हम ड्राइवर से मुनासिब कीमत पर इत्तफाक करके बेहतरीन और कम कीमत राइड्स।
Wherever they play around the world, the fans follow. It's a special day today. Afghanistan on debut at the ICC Champions Trophy. They keep building on strong performances of previous ICC events. Yeah, they've muscled their way into the way people think about Afghanistan cricket. Certainly rising up in world cricket, and Rashid Khan has so much to do with that. He's marshalled his troops.
मुनासिब कीमत पर इत्तफाक करके बेहतरीन और कम कीमत राइड्स। इन ड्राइव राइड्स ऐसे जैसे आप चाहें।
Past the fielder, and he'll get 4. Ryan Rickleton.
Well, this is really poor fielding, and they've had a spate of it in the last 5 minutes, and what that's doing is letting the pressure off South Africa. That is just awful stuff. Noor Ahmad has been guilty on 2 occasions. You've got to do better than that. He's a bowler himself. He would demand more from his fielders. You must get down and do better there.
They've been denying South Africa the release of pressure.
ये जो मच्छर की आवाज है खतरे का साज है।
किंग टॉक्स घर में लाजमी रखें। किंग टॉक्स छोड़ेगा नहीं, मारेगा चुन चुन के।
क्रिकेट सीजन मैच के दिन ऑफिस से छुट्टी ना मिलने पर ब्लड प्रेशर ना रेज करें। सॉन्ग वीकली डिजिटल मैक्स लगाएं और देखें फ्री क्रिकेट ऑन माई सॉन्ग ऐप थ्रू माइको।
ऑन ग्रिड इन्वर्टर, हाइब्रिड इन्वर्टर, लिथियम बैटरी की वसी रेंज इन्वेरेक्स को बनाता है पाकिस्तान का नंबर 1 सोलर ब्रांड इन्वेरेक्स। मेरा एतमाद, मेरी रिकमेंडेशन।
The team continues, and this partnership continues to go well. 83 after the loss of Disorzi. Still holding on to his left hand, Rashid Khan. Rickleton's played very, very well. And Bapuma's starting to get into his stride. And they need to find some way of prizing one out. Afghanistan.
Oh no.
Seen Noor Ahmad yet with the ball, so I'm wondering whether he will be into the attack. Pami Mangwadale staying pretty soon.
Yeah, it kind of is a wonder. Being told there to get off the protected area works against them, actually. Think about it. Yeah, 21 overs in, you'd think that they'd have had a look at Noor Ahmad already.
All right.
Yeah, just by that visual there, it didn't look like it was too bad. But just a precaution warning, please, sir, if you don't mind. Off you get. It's one of the first full balls that Temba's kind of got. A lot of his runs he's kind of been forced to like use off the back foot. He's used the pace well, unless he's kind of scooped a little bit. He's probably just 2 hits away from that strike rate, jumping up to where he wants to. He's 34-49 right now, but the ability to score boundaries, he can catch up quite quickly in the space of 3 balls.
Yeah, and the boundaries, you think of the way he's got him, there's the little scoop over the keeper of Nabi, and then the wonderful pull shot of Azmat. Besides that, really hasn't got too much opportunity to get the ball away for 4. But a good thing in sort of just sticking in, hanging in, work with Rickleton and keep the partnership going.
That sort of length still works, you know, that good length, hard length, on-off stump.
कोक उठाओ, स्कैन करो, कोड के साथ डिटेल्स व्हाट्सएप करो और फ्री मैच टिकट्स या ढेरों को प्राइजेस जीतने का मौका पाओ। कोका कोला, यकीन की जीत है।
आ गई और छा गई नेशनल की कराची खास बॉम्बे बिरयानी, कराची की सबसे बेस्ट बिरयानी।
Rashid, 2 wickets away from 200 ODI wickets and still a very young man. Mentioned that a good length still works for seamers, at least at the front phase of the innings. So far, look up at strike rates, 57 and 44 from about 6 to 9 meters beyond that either side. 100 and more. A third boundary now, finally after a while. Temba Bavuma gets one down to the ropes.
Yeah, lovely shot by Temba, just a free flow of the bat. Been in the coaching world now, and they call that a step hit, where you just put your foot down, you don't run down the crease, or down the pitch. It's just a step hit and free flow of the arms. Now Temba is starting to find his feet. 1 boundary, brings a single, 5 of 2. You can do that again with 2 more balls, and all of a sudden, like we said earlier, that 40 goes to 50 or 56, 57 balls, and then he's looking good.
Love your right.
This pitch had everybody kind of having a look at it and wondering what it might do. And Rashid, having changed ends, actually gone to bowl and furthest away from us, was looking at a particular spot where there's a crack. And it is just outside off, round about there where he's got it. And he walked out, and straight away the discussion with Jonathan Trott was exactly that. Got to try and be hitting there, see what's happening there. And so might end up kind of just searching for it. It's a little bit outside off, I think, for the right-hander.
She finds it easy to make time for training and recognizes its
Still striking it crisply, Rickleton. And they've run well. When does Noor Ahmed come into play? 1-2-2 for 1.
क्रिकेट सीजन फ्री क्रिकेट स्ट्रीमिंग ना मिलने की सूरत में इर्द गिर्द के लोगों से लड़ने से परहेज करें। सॉन्ग मंथली प्रो मैक्स बेसिक लगाएं और देखें फ्री क्रिकेट ऑन माई सॉन्ग ऐप थ्रू माइको।
हर मैदान हमारा मैदान है। इस मैदान में जीत की लगन और मुसलसल जिद्दोजहद ही हमारी कामयाबी है। हम हैं फ्रोनस, भर दे उजाला जिंदगी में।
fast and early.
Since the loss, obviously, of Tony De Zorzi, when the score was 28 to the first ball that Mohamed Nabi bowled. Gulbadin continues. Can he continue building pressure? Yes, Temba Bavuma is switching gears now. His second boundary within the space of a few deliveries.
It's well executed. It's a shot he's been looking for some time. Anything anywhere near full, with mid-on and mid-off up in the circle. Bavuma feels he must exploit that gap, and he's done it beautifully there with a straight bat and a decent enough strike for 4.
Now that's the length where Afghanistan have been really good to Temba, and Temba being a fairly short man, as well as all the Afghanistan bowlers being fairly short. They're not as tall as your KG Rabadas and Marco Janssens. When they do bowl that length, it kind of like skids on him a little bit, and it's probably a very difficult length for Temba to get under. Whereas Ryan Rickleton being slightly taller than Temba, he can kind of almost hit through the line, play more off the front foot. So Temba only getting 1 or 2 on really full. That's why at the moment it's been a little bit full. We've seen Temba try and utilise his strength and hit the ball for a boundary like he did that first ball, maybe the previous or the last ball of the previous over.
Third time South Africa have managed a 100 partnership with a second wicket in Champions Trophy matches.
Just thinking over the last little while about Afghanistan first of all and their successes in the one-day game, and Ghazanfar has been an important cog. Yes, because of his mystery and his potency, and because he can bowl right up front, you kind of get a head start. Any team wants a scenario where they've got a team guessing, where they're getting wickets early, so that you don't get this sort of thing in the middle of the game. Then all the other bowlers, whether it is Rashid or Gulbadin or Azmat, whoever it is, can then operate and be more attacking, really, because they're bowling to newer batters and partnerships that are trying to bed in.
I still think I'd like to see more of it, and I know that he hasn't breached his understanding of ODI cricket in the way that he's breached it in T20 cricket. But he's a very young man, and the more opportunities he gets, he'll learn and he'll understand. So I can't think he can be too far away from the bowling lineup.
You're kind of a little more peculiar because the partnership's 100 and you haven't tried this ace in your pack. He's certainly shown his ability in terms of wicket taking, whatever the format. 131.
The following teams are among the favorites to win the 2025 ICC Champions Trophy.
तो हो जाए पाकिस्तान के नाम टपाल दानेदार का एक और कप.
And over for the 2020
सिंजेंटा इस अभियान दे फसल को फौरी तवानाई और ग़िज़ाइयत. इस अभियान है जादू का चिराग.
इस क्रिकेट सीजन मैच के दौरान लाइट जाने पर अपने टीवी को तोड़ने से गुरेज करें. Zong Monthly Pro Max Plus लगाएं और देखें फ्री क्रिकेट on my Zong app through Myco.
with key players
In their team, and it's beginning to wonder if he just forgot. Oh, I forgot to have him in my team. And oh, you can bowl. You can get someone out for us. Over number 25. And this is what you're on about. If you look at those numbers, 11 games and just 9 wickets, and you look at any other format, you'll see that his potency is through the roof. because he can attack and he can kind of show his wares and everyone has to go at him. Less so in the 50 over game. The batters can bide their time. They can wait for bad deliveries.
Even though South Africa have got a wonderful partnership going right now, Afghanistan are desperate for a wicket. And if there's somebody that can get a wicket, it's certainly this man. He has the ability to spin the ball both ways. He's a little bit of mystery. He's got slight strange action, being left arm to something different. And he has the opportunity here to try and break open a wicket for Afghanistan.
Often we wonder about the approaches of players, don't we? When you change from format to format. And with Noor Ahmed, I kind of think of him turning up way back in the day. A few years ago now, and how he kind of used to loop it off and kind of bowl more kind of classical spin. And then going through, I suppose, the tutelage of Rashid and those more experienced in the team and shifting the way he operates.
Waiting, discussing, waiting. The keeper has a lot of significance in going for that review.
We have a player review for caught behind. Original decision is not out. Bowler's feet checked, it's a fair delivery. Have a split screen, please. Roll that through, please. The ball's close to the bat, so I'm going to need all tread when available, please. Keep all tread rolling through, please. Keep it rolling through. Keep it rolling through. Keep it rolling through. Have a gap between bat and ball and a flat line. Going to go back to Alex on field. You can stay with your original decision of not out.
They were desperate, and understandably, Afghanistan, to try to find out if they could get another one. Good use of technology from the officials, that is, not necessarily Afghanistan. Review it, he says.
Heard Alex Wharf there in conversation with Noor Ahmed saying, I think he hit his pad, saying the batter Bavuma hit his pad on the way sort of through as the ball passed, and that's a fantastic decision to be clear about that and to be able to give it as the reason.
It's another welcome half-century for South Africa's captain Temba Bavuma. Back-to-back half-centuries coming off of the Tri-Series. And I think only his second away from home in this format of the game, but he'll be hoping to build on this in what is South Africa's opener of this tournament.
They have been pretty good. In the red ball format is the form batter. Has been more than decent in this format as well. His problem has been injury.
Oh, wow.
So fortunate there that he didn't hook that right around to first slip. Halfway mark of the innings, 1-3-6-4.
Sunsilk Black Shine में है 5 नेचुरल ऑयल्स के साथ विटामिन ई का सुपर मिक्स। अब बाल करें शाइन ऑल द टाइम विद Sunsilk Black Shine।
नई स्ट्रॉन्गर पेप्सी बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग हो गई है भाई। कितनी?
New stronger Pepsi.
42,000 seats, is the largest.
जब जब तुम्हें लगता है कहानी खत्म हो रही है, कहानी वहीं से तो शुरू होती है. Grown Extreme, take a fresh start.
All courts are equipped with lighting to support night matches, and the inner courts feature blue surfaces to help.
तो हो जाए पाकिस्तान के नाम टपाल दानेदार का एक और कप.
The US Open.
जैज से मिले नॉन स्टॉप स्ट्रीमिंग के सुपर पावर.
तो अभी जैज की वीकली X+ ऑफर लगाओ और बेफिक्र होकर चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी देखो तमाशा पर.
ऑन ग्रिड इन्वर्टर, हाइब्रिड इन्वर्टर, लिथियम बैटरी की वसी रेंज इन्वरेक्स को बनाता है पाकिस्तान का नंबर 1 सोलर ब्रांड इन्वरेक्स. मेरा एतमाद, मेरी रिकमेंडेशन.
Queen Packer, and he said, Ryan Rickleton, that once he finished school, his father was a director of sport there. He didn't know what he wanted to do. So a friend from New Zealand contacted his dad and said, send him over to Wellington, please. Let's see what he can do. And he went there for a year. He didn't like it. All his mates were in South Africa. He came back home. Got a finance degree from the University of Johannesburg. And as you know, Bonnie, he's been very good in first-class cricket, but he speaks highly of Hashim Amla as someone who's helped him to find a belief and a way to play white ball cricket over the course of the 2024 season. Hashim, we saw him on video here a little while ago, the coach at the Lions now. He says he spends a lot of time with Hashim, and Hashim has taught him so much.
Such value in those who've been out there turning up to then try and pass on it, and it's not as easy. It's not everybody who's kind of played the game and been successful at the highest level who's able to translate that into nuggets of knowledge that can be transferred to the next person. But you find that players are nice shot, only be one. Players are more enthusiastic in terms of listening and trying to glean stuff from whoever that is, and it's an exercise in, I suppose, servitude. You're serving, and Dale does it. You kind of coach in various franchises, and it's not kind of how you did it. It's trying to figure out if you can translate how you did it for the use of somebody else
in their language, because each person's language is different, isn't it?
Yeah, and each person's ability. So how you did what you did, and whether the next person can do exactly that, yes, maybe. I'd argue that maybe not, but it doesn't mean they won't be successful if they get to understand maybe just how you thought about it.
Big thanks to my colleague and your colleagues for those, for all of those little stories and nuggets, she writes. 140 for 1.
ऑन ग्रिड इन्वर्टर, हाइब्रिड इन्वर्टर, लिथियम बैटरी की वसी रेंज इन्वरेक्स को बनाता है पाकिस्तान का नंबर 1 सोलर ब्रांड इन्वरेक्स. मेरा एतमाद, मेरी रिकमेंडेशन.
Try Golden Pearl White Beauty Face Wash. 3 super ingredients, 1 single dose. ये है 24/7 Radiance का super formula. Golden Pearl White Beauty Face Wash. Love your skin. Sunsilk Black Shine में है 5 natural oils के साथ विटामिन E का super mix. अब बाल करें shine all the time with Sunsilk Black Shine.
कोक उठाओ, स्कैन करो, कोड के साथ डिटेल्स व्हाट्सएप करो और फ्री मैच टिकट्स या ढेरों को प्राइजेस जीतने का मौका पाओ. कोका कोला, यकीन की जीत है.
Just on that point, I mean, every time I'd go to the IPL to coach, one of the vital conversations that you have is to make sure that you get the dressing room's attention, and you almost only get one chance. It's the first time. If you lose the dressing room's attention. If they can't understand what you're saying or they can't hear you early, you almost feel like for the rest of the tournament you're going to struggle. And one of the things that you try and do when you go there is to grab one of the local guys and say, who speaks really good English, is to say, I need you here, almost to back up what I'm saying, make smaller conversations so that there's more conversation around the three of you or four of you, as opposed to a big group where you can kind of like look off into the sky. So language is so important, and to be able to communicate your point across. Great shot. Effectively will help the player a lot more.
Almost said run, Timber, run, and he's done so. I think for me personally as well, it's good to see Timber sort of backing up, because he averages something like 53 at home and only 27 away in ODI cricket. And you want to be known, as I made the point about Will Young, who made that brilliant 100 here 2 nights ago or 2 days ago. You want to be known as an all conditions batter or bowler, all surfaces. You don't want to be restricted to say, well, courses for courses, he can only play at home or on this type of surface. So he'll take great confidence from what he's backing up here.
There'll also be quite a few batters with the reputation of Pakistan and its pitches who would have thought, right, this is the tournament. Got to turn up, got to get some runs on the board. And it allows whoever it is who bats sort of up the order to play 50 over game. You can bide your time and you can get hundreds. South Africa's issue over the last little while in this format of the game has been the bowling side of things. There's been a whole lot of chopping and changing, and in the chopping and changing, I don't think they've had what would be their first 5 bowlers. Not too often anyway. 147 for 1.
हेलो हेयर एंटी डैंड्रफ शैम्पू टी ट्री और मिंट ऑयल से डैंड्रफ खत्म, इच रिमूव्ड, बाल मॉइस्चराइज्ड और स्कैल्प रिफ्रेश्ड। हेलो हेयर एंटी डैंड्रफ शैम्पू।
तो हो जाए पाकिस्तान के नाम टपाल दानेदार का एक और कप।
इस क्रिकेट सीजन मैच के दौरान लाइट जाने पर अपने टीवी को तोड़ने से गुरेज करें। जोंग मंथली प्रो मैक्स प्लस लगाएं और देखें फ्री क्रिकेट ऑन माई जोंग ऐप थ्रू माइको।
One in ODI so far. Lovely, full of authority and some power from Ryan Rickleton.
Not the shortest ball, that in between length, but Rickleton been out there for a while now. He's picked up the pace of this wicket very well. Similar to that, just the one on this occasion.
Understated, Temba Bavuma, but a colossus in that change room for his performances, captain in test matches and in the one-day game. And yes, many times much maligned, but he goes about his work quietly and really does, in recent times, let his bat do the talking. A critical time now for South Africa, 152 for 1, very much in control of things with 124 as the partnership. And I say critical because this is where there is the opportunity to take the game away from Afghanistan, and they've got to ensure that, one, they don't try and do too much, but two, they don't do too little. And that balance is difficult to attain for many a side where they should be kind of putting their foot on the pedal, or whether they should be at all.
So on the back of all that then, Tommy and Dale, if you're Afghanistan, who do you go to? Do you get Faruqi back for 1 or 2? Or Mazai still has 5 available to him? Nabi, the sole wicket taker, has 5 available. Which is your choice to get something back into the attack? Because this is what is happening. They're in command. They've been in command of the situation, Rickleton and Bavuma, for a while.
Yeah, I know. I'm thinking, who are the 3, if I need 3, that I can have go in this period, the next 6 overs or so, where there's a concerted effort to have whoever has the ability, in my mind, to be the most dangerous, to have them try and get a wicket here, because you need it. And in my head, I've got Rashid as one, Noor as another, as well as Nabi. I thought he was pretty good. 156.
हेलो हेयर एंटी डैंड्रफ शैम्पू टी ट्री और मिंट ऑयल से डैंड्रफ खत्म, इट्स रिमूव्ड, बाल मॉइस्चराइज्ड और स्कैल्प रिफ्रेश्ड। हेलो हेयर एंटी डैंड्रफ शैम्पू।
तो हो जाए पाकिस्तान के नाम टपाल दानेदार का एक और कप।
इस क्रिकेट सीजन मैच के दौरान लाइट जाने पर अपने टीवी को तोड़ने से गुरेज करें। जोंग मंथली प्रो मैक्स प्लस लगाएं और देखें फ्री क्रिकेट ऑन माई जोंग ऐप थ्रू माइको।
सनसिल्क ब्लैक शाइन में है 5 नेचुरल ऑयल्स के साथ विटामिन ई का सुपर मिक्स। अब बाल करी शाइन ऑल द टाइम विद सनसिल्क ब्लैक शाइन।
They're so used to playing 20 overs cricket. 50 overs cricket as a fielding unit is such a different beast. You can easily lose your focus if you're not athletic, and I think in the last 4 or 5 overs we've seen Afghanistan to lose the plot at times in the field. It's just not been as energetic as they were in the first 10.
Boys.
This has turned out to be a beautiful batting surface. No demons whatsoever. The ball isn't spun a great deal, so as a spinning unit, you've got to depend on variations and be just a little bit more inventive in your style and method.
Noran, lovely boy.
7 and over from here gets them to 308. That's the bare minimum they should be setting here. And they've got a lot of power to come. They haven't got Klaasen, but they've still got Miller.
He's gone for a review. Bavuma, let's see what happens now.
Player review for LBW. The original decision is out. Bowler's feet checked. It's a fair delivery. Split screen, please. Just roll that through, please. Okay. Looks like it might have just caught the back of the bat there, but we're going to need to confirm that with all trades when available, please. Keep it rolling through, please, frame by frame. Frame by frame. Please. Keep it rolling through, frame by frame. Just take that right back, please, if you would. Just before the ball gets to the back, please. Right back, please, if you would. Take it right back just before the ball gets to the back, please. You would then roll it through. Okay, roll that through from there, please. Roll it forward. Keep it going through. Keep it rolling through. Get a gap there and a flat line. Keep it rolling through, all the way through to the pad, please. Okay, we've got a gap and a flat line. Keep it rolling through, please. No bat involved there. Let's go through to ball tracking when ready, please. Pitching in line, impact is in line, and wickets is missing. Alex, I'm going to get you to overturn your decision to not out. Stand by.
Yeah, you got to say, very good review taken by the skipper. It's a close thing, very close thing. They still can't believe it because the ball sort of straightened after pitching, but it showed missing the leg stump.
It was also an optical illusion, wasn't it? I mean, it looked like it definitely ran off the bat. Maybe it didn't make a sharp spark because it didn't snick the bat, but at this point, when it goes past the bat, it almost looks like there's a deflection that it goes down. And I don't know if it's an optical illusion as to where the bat was and then where it goes. But at the end of the day, that was the reason why we thought it was going to be not given out and then shown to comfortably miss the leg stump. So a good review from Bavuma.
I wasn't reading it as missing the stumps down the leg side. I didn't think that it had a lot of spin. That's gone up in the air. Is there a chance? Will this be taken? Held confidently. Nabi has the last laugh. And partnership has been broken.
There'll be no review about this one. No questions at all about this because Stemba Bavuma, very next ball, has done exactly what De Sorcy did. Played the shot but just didn't hit it hard enough with the right elevation. It was there to hit. He got himself into a good position to really thump it. It was short of the length, but it's just hit the wrong part of the bat. He's gone up as opposed to a flatter.
इस मोमेंट को अपना बनाओ, ज़ेन में आओ।
आ गई और छा गई नेशनल की कराची खास बॉम्बे बिरयानी, कराची की सबसे बेस्ट बिरयानी।
ये जो मच्छर की आवाज है खतरे का साज है।
किंग टॉक्स घर में लाजमी रखें। किंग टॉक्स छोड़ेगा नहीं, मारेगा चुन चुन के।
He's another heavyweight with the bat in the middle of the innings. Comes Rassi van der Dusen. 2 wickets down, South Africa. Partnership has been broken. Sadiq Adil taking a very good catch, Askaya. But this is a lovely platform set up by South Africa for the likes of the middle order to go and have a blast.
Very impressive average there for Van der Dusen, but you just get the feeling maybe Temba Bavuma didn't believe he could muscle it out the ground. You see so often in the modern era, they drag down that leg. The guys just stand, get into a strong body position and whack that clean out of the ground. When he was walking off, he actually talked about rolling the wrists, or indicated that he felt he should have rolled the wrists. But he'll be disappointed after getting a reprieve that he popped it up in the air as easy as that.
He's a crafty customer. The offie goes full, and Van der Dusen off the mark with a nice stylish drive away towards long on. It's 158 for 2.
Introducing Hello Hair Hair Color. Keratin, olive और एवोकाडो ऑयल्स ने विजिबली इम्प्रूव्ड हेयर क्वालिटी। हेलो हेयर हेयर कलर, कलर्स
फ्रेश टोमेटोज और बेस्ट हैबनेरो चिली से बना शंग्रीला गार्लिक चिली सॉस। जब भी हो टेस्ट को बज़न बनाना, शंग्रीला गार्लिक चिली सॉस ही लाना मस्ट है।
सनसिल्क ब्लैक शाइन में है 5 नेचुरल ऑयल्स के साथ विटामिन ई का सुपर मिक्स। अब बाल करें शाइन ऑल द टाइम विद सनसिल्क ब्लैक शाइन।
Their way back in there. Another wicket or two now, just to make South Africa rethink.
Definitely can make them sweat. Van der Dusen's last few innings have really got a lot of runs.
Oh, well done, Nuri.
Never easy to get cracking against a guy who's got mystery up his sleeve. Noor. He wanted more of an off spinner than a straighter ball, Babuma. No timing whatsoever. Sadiq Akil, the catcher, beautifully held. Oh, that's gone wild. A wild one from the left armour. And a difficult one for the keeper.
Yeah, we sometimes see this from Noor Ahmed. He's unbelievable, his ability and variations, but every once in a while he goes for one of those variations and kind of loses a little bit of control. But this is a real bonus. Middleton was desperate to get something on it because he knew if he just got a feather on it, it would go away.
It's another wide one down the leg side. Just got to maintain a bit of discipline here. A wicket has gone down, so it's about maintaining that pressure on South Africa.
Yeah, also South Africa would have been contemplating who to send next. Rasif van der Dussen has played a lot of T20 cricket here in Pakistan, in the Pakistan League, so he understands these surfaces very well. They could have been thinking about maybe Aiden Markram because he can be quite expansive, particularly with just over 20 overs to go.
At this stage, I think South Africa would be pretty happy targeting 7 and over. That will give them over 300 runs. That should be the pit stop for them, really, and then crack it from there. Last 4 or 5 overs, wickets in hand. I think that's the way to go in subcontinent conditions, especially here.
Yeah, the modern way also, Rami, says sometimes after 30 overs you double it. You say, well, whatever we can get in 30 in the last 20, treat it like a T20 international. So they'll probably be thinking they should be able to get 325-ish.
Has gone fine away from the fielder for 4. This outfield not as fast as it was the other night, but he's bowled a wild over here.
This is a poor over. It really is a poor over. You get a wicket, you finally get a breakthrough after 100 partnership, and you think, right, let's get back into this game. Let's get another one, or at least put the brakes on. There's 12 from this over with another ball to come. Absolutely not what Afghanistan wanted. Very, very loose.
Lovely, lovely.
Oh, there's another opportunity there for a whack past point. He has got to stick it within the stump somehow. Yeah, fielder at point has been worked extremely hard. A lot of traffic over towards square. Another ball that is pitched wide. Quick through the air. 170 for 2.
नई स्ट्रॉन्गर पेप्सी बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग हो गई है भाई। कितनी?
न्यू स्ट्रॉन्गर पेप्सी। जब जब तुम्हें लगता है कहानी खत्म हो रही है, कहानी वहीं से तो शुरू होती है। Grown Extreme. Take a fresh start.
तो हो जाए पाकिस्तान के नाम टपाल दानेदार का एक और कप।
जैज से मिले नॉन स्टॉप स्ट्रीमिंग के सुपर पावर। तो अभी जैज की वीकली एक्स प्लस ऑफर लगाओ और बेफिक्र होकर चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी देखो तमाशा पर।
Stance for them to get back in this match.
No run, no run, no run. Well done, Abhijit.
Very good at using his field, Nabi.
Abhijit, ya bolsa over the catch. Akabalio. No run. High.
Rickleton has been rock solid and, well, he's been the go-getter. 90s on 89. Bavuma there blossomed quite well and got a 50. And it's just a miss it, a massive miss it. When he was out, he got by that fielder deep mid-wicket. 2 wickets for Nabi, and oh, that's 4. That's another messy stuff in the field, and that's where Afghanistan have been just a little bit loose. Talk about that last over from Noor, which was all over the place, and their fielding has gone down in the last 4 or 5 overs.
Yeah, the timing from front of this was fantastic. It was over pitch, it was full, but he picked the right spot down the ground, and Rashid Khan, who's normally a live wire in the field, he got there comfortably, but going for the foot method, didn't quite pull it off. And they have been a bit slack in the field today.
Two wickets for Nabi. That makes him the second oldest player to pick up 2 wickets in Champions Trophy. I don't know whether that's a stat that he would want to remember. Sanat Jayasuriya, the oldest to have picked up 2.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Sean Pollock.
I was just going to wonder who was older than him. I thought Pat Simcox might have entered the equation in 1998.
Two for 34 off his 7 overs, 177 for 2.
फ्रेश टोमेटोज और बेस्ट हैबनेरो चिली से बना शंग्रीला गार्लिक चिली सॉस। जब भी हो टेस्ट को बज़न बनाना, शंग्रीला गार्लिक चिली सॉस ही लाना मस्ट है।
सनसिल्क ब्लैक शाइन में है 5 नेचुरल ऑयल्स के साथ विटामिन ई का सुपर मिक्स। अब बाल करी शाइन ऑल द टाइम विद सनसिल्क ब्लैक।
तो हो जाए पाकिस्तान के नाम टपाल दानेदार का एक और कप।
You look for rhythm in batting, and we've seen that in Rickleton's knock. Singles and twos and boundaries. It's another wide one down the leg side. He's not really been able to hammer that discipline and line ball after ball.
Yeah, it's a bit of a poor armoured performance rather than a Noor armoured performance. He hasn't found his area from this end in particular. He's trying to bowl a lot of those ones that spin into the left-handers, and I think maybe that's where he's losing his control.
Oh, an opportunity missed.
Could have been a lot worse. Van der Dussen missed out on 2 cut shots. Rickleton's missed out on a loose one there as well. He could have gone for 3 more boundaries, and now the master comes over and has a chat to the apprentice and says, look, I can see from where I'm fielding that it's not coming out right. So what's your plan? What's your grip? What's your technique here?
He's definitely need to calm down here, and I think somebody really will have to talk to him, and Rashid Khan is probably the best guy to do that.
I tell you what, people in South Africa will not believe what's going on here, because they've just watched a T20 league where he was unplayable. I think he picked up 13 wickets. He had 11 of them were clean bowled to LBW. He was on point, his variations were brilliant. And they will not be able to believe that they've seen this from Noor Ahmed. He was the pick of the wrist spinners in the tournament.
No, that's not well done in the field. That's been a problem with Afghanistan. So leaking runs in the field, putting more pressure on Noor, who is going through a rough patch here.
Well, that line was pushing the wide line as well, but he decided to have a crack at it, Rickleton, and it was Rashid who was not able to get across and stop it. This is Rashid, of course, who copped the an awkward one on the wrist earlier. So there might have been just a touch of a lack of commitment there, but the young fella's got real pressure on him here.
Oh, that was uppish. Could have gone to one of those two fielders at point. Trying to hit it a little too hard. He's quick through the air and get a little bit of bounce as well. But he's got to be a bit more accurate than he has been.
Yeah, the thing about him, when he's on point, when he's on the spot and he's tacking those stumps, it's difficult to work out his variations. But when he's this far off, there's almost no pressure being built. So in the last game on this ground, New Zealand were brilliant in their fielding, weren't they, Smithy? They outfielded Pakistan, and I think that's what South Africa will be looking to do this evening.
Well, everyone raved about the Phillips catch, didn't they? You know, that was the highlight of it. But it was the other parts of the fielding that was good as well. The ground fielding, the aggression, the quickness to the ball. You know, the really good saves that are the bonuses for bowlers. Got to have those. If you don't have those, if you have lapses, if it just takes the pressure off the batting side. And that's what Afghanistan have not done well enough to this point anyway.
And they ran beautifully as well. There's a lot of athleticism in running between the wickets from New Zealand. Wholesome all-round performance to down Pakistan. Right then, Kenny, an opportunity missed. It's a juicy half volley, try to hit it, and we'll have a little...
सिंजेंटा इस अभियान दे फसल को फौरी तवानाई और ग़िज़ाइयत इस अभियान है ग़िज़ाइयत इस अभियान है जादू का चिराग
Shine all the time with Sunsilk Black Shine.
फ्रेश टोमेटोज और बेस्ट हैबनेरो चिली से बना शंग्रीला गार्लिक चिली सॉस। जब भी हो टेस्ट को बज़न बनाना शंग्रीला गार्लिक। कोक उठाओ, स्कैन करो, कोड के साथ डिटेल्स व्हाट्सएप करो और फ्री मैच टिकट्स या ढेरों को प्राइजेस जीतने का मौका पाओ। कोका कोला, यकीन की जीत है।
इस मोमेंट को अपना बनाओ, जिन में आओ।
तो हो जाए पाकिस्तान के नाम टपाल दानेदार का एक और कप।
इस मोमेंट को अपना बनाओ, जिन में आओ।
कोक उठाओ, व्हाट्सएप करो और फ्री मैच टिकट्स या ढेरों को प्राइजेस जीतने का मौका पाओ। कोका कोला, यकीन की जीत।
जब खत्म हो रही है कहानी वहीं से तो शुरू होती है। क्रॉन एक्सट्रीम, टेक अ फ्रेश स्टार्ट।
रुको, छू जाती है हर चल मेरे लाल।
तो हो जाए पाकिस्तान के नाम टपाल दानेदार का एक और कप।
Try Golden Pearl White Beauty Face Wash. 3 super ingredients, 1 single dose. ये है 24/7 radiance का super formula. Golden Pearl White Beauty Face Wash. Love your skin.
फ्रेश टोमेटोज और बेस्ट हैबनेरो चिली से बना शंग्रीला गार्लिक चिली सॉस। जब भी हो टेस्ट को बज़न बनाना शंग्रीला गार्लिक चिली सॉस ही लाना मस्ट है।
Anywhere. Find the space and you see these young guns really at it. Not only a cricket activity, but a community activity. And you see all these parks filled with young cricketers.